Hi, my love. Welcome to the Godly Femme podcast. My name is Jumoke Win, and here we discuss all things Christian hypergamy, leveling up, and godly femininity. Check us out at godlyfemme.com. Okay, ladies, here is the most effective way to glow up in 2024. So perhaps you're new to femininity and you're new to your level up journey, and you're just like, oh my gosh, there's so many different things to do, and I'm trying to do everything at once. And I just want to encourage you because I know, okay, from experience, that it is easy to get overwhelmed very quickly. So, the first thing I want to tell you is do not expect things to come fast and easy, okay? As a feminine woman, I think part of your leveling up, even your mentality, is expecting great things to happen slowly and steadily. I know no one wants to hear that because we live in a microwave generation and we want things to happen really fast. And if they don't, we think something is wrong and we throw the towel in really quickly. But you have to realize that, hey, this is your whole life. Okay, this is pushing you towards the woman you want to be. And that's the next thing I want to say is when it comes to your level up journey, you have to be very intentional first with the vision that you have for your life. A lot of women, they have what I call shiny object syndrome, right? They want to just do everything, but they don't even understand why. They see an influencer promote something, oh, okay, that's what I have to do. But why do you have to do that? Why, right? You have to understand the vision of the woman that you are becoming. Because this is the reason why most women don't reach their goals, because they're too tied to their goals and their goals were never tied to a vision. Hear me out. Your goal has to be tied to a vision. A vision is not a goal, right? So for some women, they might have, let's say, like a New Year's resolution and a New Year goal. And if they don't hit that, by the end of the year, they get discouraged and they give up and they stop trying. And I think that that is bad. That's bad character, because why were you doing it in the first place? For me, I have goals, but trust me, if I don't hit my goals, I'm not going to sit there and wallow and be like, well, I guess this wasn't for me. I'm going to keep showing up until I finally hit that. There's something that my husband said that he heard from somewhere else. He said, people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in a decade. So because we live in this microwave generation, we want to become something quickly. That just does not happen. Most people who actually have it, it did not happen quickly. Okay? When you're seeing someone says, hey, make $1 million in 1 month, okay, right? Like that might be an outlier. And I bet you that they have been growing and developing at least some type of skill for many years before it seemed like it happened quickly and suddenly, right? It's better to plan to make $1 million in a decade than to plan to make $1 million in a year. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to really have a mindset of this is the woman that I want to become. For example, if you want to lose weight, right? Oh, I want to lose 10 pounds. And you don't lose it in a particular time that you set out for yourself, and then you just stop and you give up, then you have to ask yourself, why did I want to lose weight, right? Like, if you want to be fit and healthy, that's good, but the vision is to be fit and healthy, not just to lose weight. So it doesn't matter how long it takes for you to get there, because you value being fit and healthy and because you are developing a new identity, right? As a feminine woman, that's the reason why you stick to it. You stick to it because this is the woman you want to become, not just for a temporary gain. Okay, so let's get into effective ways to glow up in 2024. Okay, so the first thing is to, one, pick one area at a time, right? I know this is counterintuitive because when you want a complete makeover and you want to level up, you want to do everything at one time. But like I said, you can get easily overwhelmed. And another thing I want to say is don't compare your level up journey to a woman who's in their 30s. If you're in your 20s, you are trying to compare yourself to a woman who spent a decade developing a skill that you don't have. Okay, that is a lot of time, right, to develop different habits. So I want to encourage you to be realistic and grounded in how you are comparing yourself to, let's say, another woman. And it's also important, with that being said, it's also important to have the mindset of, I just don't have this skill yet. There's something that Alex Hormozy has said that has stuck with me and my husband. Everything is a skill. Everything is a skill. Even becoming a millionaire, that's a skill. That's skills you don't have, right? For me, I'm trying to get more active in the gym, which I am, but I'm a beginner, right? It takes skill. It takes skill to know how to do the proper form. It takes skill even when it comes to meal prepping, body comp, micros, macros. That is a skill that I have not perfected. But that doesn't mean that I'm not good at it, right? It doesn't mean that I'm not good at being active. It just means I don't have the skill. When it comes to things like makeup, makeup is a skill. Applying makeup is a skill. Becoming organized is a skill. What else is there when it comes to femininity? Understanding what clothes fit you and what don't is a skill. Scrutinizing fabrics and understanding, hey, I'm not going to buy this because this may not fit me is a skill. Budgeting is a skill. Okay. Investing is a skill. So whatever it is that you are trying to learn in your level up journey, just remember it is a skill that you have to master. So because it's a skill you have to master, there's only so many skills that you can start and master at the same time, right? So it's better to maybe rotate different areas of your level up journey, maybe seasonally, but you have to give yourself a bit of time to acclimate to a new skill and a new habit. So it might be more beneficial to try to acclimate to one thing at a time, maybe one thing a month. Maybe this month you're going to work on perfecting your makeup. Maybe next month you're going to work on your wardrobe. Maybe next month you're going to work on budgeting. Maybe next month you're going to work on your social capital, whatever the case is, right? Also, shameless plug, this is stuff that we learn in Level Up Society, so do check that out. Okay, so the next thing is, so after you have picked a topic or an area rather that you want to work on, the next is called the discovery/research stage. This is the stage where you are just gathering intel, okay? Because like I said, you don't have the skill. So how else are you going to get the skill if you don't understand what it is, right? This is the stage that you read books, you do some research, you maybe ask around, you maybe get a mentor, you try to find as much information as you can consume when it comes to this particular thing. So for example, if you want to, I don't know, for me, it was going to the gym, right? And body recomp. I don't have that skill, right? I've heard of it in college, but I really don't understand. So I'm like, okay, how do you do that? Oh, okay. So I see there's macros and micros. Okay. I see that I need a certain number of carbs, certain number of protein, a certain number of fats every single day. Oh, okay. I have to do this exercise. I need to do this fitness routine. Okay, and then it would get me to a certain result. But again, I didn't know that. I just had an idea. I'm like, okay, I want to, snap forward. It's like, how do I do that? Right? How do I eat more healthy? How do I tone up in this area? I don't have the information. So first you have to just gather information. But I want to caution you about this stage. It is very easy to get stuck in this stage. Too many women have analysis paralysis and they get stuck in the discovery slash research stage. And all they do is consume content, but they do not do any work. They don't put what they learned into practice, and that is a pitfall. Do not get stuck in this stage because all that information means nothing if you're not doing anything with it. So the next stage is the practice stage. This is probably the most difficult stage simply because one, you have to start, and starting is the hardest, but two, you're gonna suck. I know you don't want to hear that, but you're gonna suck. Why? Because you are an amateur. This is something new that you are trying to develop a skill for. Again, you're looking at someone who has been doing this for a decade. You just started doing it. You're going to do it imperfectly, and that is okay. Feminine women give themselves a grace and they understand, hey, I am just learning this. It's okay. I'm going to suck. I'm going to make mistakes. I know a lot of you who are struggling with perfectionism, you never get to the stage because you're perfectionist, right? And you have shame around making mistakes and being wrong. But feminine women know that there is no shame in being wrong. It is very unrealistic to have this high expectation of yourself when you are an amateur. How can you sit here and expect a baby who is just learning to walk, to run, to swim? Like, they just got here. They actually suck at walking because they just took 2 steps, right? They don't even know how to walk well. They look wobbly, they fall down, and they keep falling down as they're trying to walk. Does that mean that they should just stop or that they're gonna suck forever? No, they're not the best at it. My daughter just started cooing, okay? She's not the best at making words. Why should I expect her to develop full blown sentences at only not even 2 months old, right? She just started to try to make syllables. So you have to think of yourself in the same way. Like, look, I'm a baby in this. I should not have a huge expectation that I'm going to, like if you want to go to the gym, that I'm going to be ripped and I'm going to be fit, look like all these fitness women in the matter of 1 month. That's very unrealistic. Okay. Next stage is the habit stage. The habit stage is when you start to develop something consistently. Now, once you get past the practice stage, the habit stage might be difficult for some people because they don't understand the purpose of a habit, right? As long as you are doing something repeatedly, it's not even every day, but if you're doing something enough times, that then you develop a habit. So for me, if I'm just going, if I want to maybe have a certain physique or tone up, but I'm still a babe, as long as I keep showing up to the gym is all that matters right now. That's all that matters. I read in Atomic Habits, a book by James Clear, highly recommend. He said that you cannot improve on a habit that does not exist. And I said, wow, whoa. You cannot improve on a habit that does not exist. A lot of us, again, this is the perfectionism. Since we have this super high expectation of ourselves, if we have not done something perfectly, in the amount of time that we set out for, or we don't see a certain result in the amount of times that's really unrealistic that we set for, we give up. But that's not the proper way to think about this. So for me, I started going back to the gym again when I was pregnant my 3rd trimester. Now imagine, I'm tired, I'm heavy, right? I don't have the same level of mobility and the same level of, how do you say, energy. But I just said, as long as I show up to the gym, we have a gym upstairs in our apartment complex. If I just keep showing up, if I just put on my gym clothes and just show up to the gym and literally just get on the bicycle for only 5 minutes, I have considered that exercise. And for some of you guys, you're like, yeah, but that didn't do anything. But it did, because I have to first develop the habit before I can sit here and become muscle woman, right? Like, I can't sit here and expect I'm going to be all the way at the end. No, I just have to keep showing up. If I keep showing up, eventually I'm going to be at a place like, okay, I'm going to get results. Right now, I went from developing a habit to just show up to now, if I can just complete half of my workout, then that's it. I considered it done, checked. I checked in my habit tracker. Okay, I went. All right. Then next day, okay, I did half of my workout. All right, I'm done. Okay, this is starting to hurt. Can't push myself too much. Let me at least take down the weights a little bit. Okay, right. And I know, again, that's very counterintuitive. And the last stage is the refinement stage. Okay, this is the stage now where you refine those habits. Like I said, if you're still a babe and you're just trying to become consistent, you cannot expect to now run to the finish line. Like I said, with my daughter, she's just in a stage of cooing. Every day she's cooing, right? how can I now expect her to start making paragraphs? I can't. But one day she is going to be making paragraphs, right? She's going to refine her speech. She's going to refine the way that she speaks. One day she's going to walk. She's not going to walk well yet, but one day she's going to refine that and begin to run. Okay. Every day that she walks and she takes a few steps, okay, and then one day she's going to run. That's the same way that you need to think about yourself. You need to, once you develop that habit, now you can refine it so that it is better, right? Every time, okay, better. For me, I'm like, okay, let me just increase the weights. Okay, now let me keep refining until I get to the point that I want to be. So that is it. That is how you have an effective level up journey in 2024. Hopefully that you enjoyed, and I will speak to you later. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Godly Femme podcast. If you would like more help in your femininity journey, make sure that you do sign up for our 7-day Godly Femininity Challenge, and also that you join our free Facebook mentorship group, Black Hypergamous Christian Women. All the details are in the description.